Okay, this is a very big week, so I wanted to talk through this a little bit with you instead of typing it all out because I just didn't want anything to get missed or lost in wording. So here's the first thing. We've got a big week. We have a very small amount of homework. No, notes 3.1, 3.1 homework. That's it. Do it now. Get it out of the way. Get it done because you're going to want to spend tons and tons and tons of time getting ready for your midterm through Monitor EDU. Okay? This midterm is worth 30% of your grade, so you're going to want to do really, really well on it. But I think I've given you the tools you need to be well prepared. So let's scroll down. I'm going to show you where you're going to go. All right, so we're going to pop into the midterm. And in here, you're going to see we've got a few different things available. First thing, directions for taking the test. You're going to notice your midterm must be in a proctored setting, so meaning there's a password for your midterm. The proctors have it. They're going to be the ones who give you the password to type into the test. So you cannot get into the test without logging in with these people. They're called Monitor EDU and they are paid for by the college. You don't have to pay anything. They're not going to ask you for any credit cards or anything of that nature. So if you see on their website paying for your test, that's not for us. Okay, so we got you covered. So Monitor EDU, we're going to need to get used to that service. So we're going to pop in. You'll see this link right here, this Google Doc. Okay, this is going to kind of walk you through taking your test, what you're going to need to do. So please go through this very carefully. I'm going to point out here, if we go to this link here, it brings you to them. How do you take your test? This is the kind of all the steps. Make sure you go through all of it. You can test your connections to make sure everything works. You're putting your name, Paradise Valley Community College, and your phone number because they send I don't know, they contact you to be able to set up um, what they do is you're using a second device. Let me go over here and show you. So your test is going to be in something like this. You're going to have to use a second device. You cannot use a camera on your computer. You have to use a cell phone, a tablet, something of that nature, something with Wi-Fi, or it doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be cellular, but it doesn't have to be. Something with internet connection and a camera that you're setting up to the side, not connected to your computer. Okay, that has the view of your hands, has the view of your screen, has a view of the side view of your face. Like this is the look that they need. Okay, so you can start thinking about how you're going to set that up. Where's a good space? You're not going to be interrupted. They're going to ask you to sweep the room, show around you, make sure there's nobody else there. All that kind of stuff. So anyway, long story short, follow these steps, go through their information, test your connections, make sure everything's working. And what was I going to say? Yeah. So anyway, that's the idea. So they're gonna help proctor you during your test. Okay. Now, after you complete your test, you will have to upload your work within 30 minutes of completing your test. Okay, so make sure you are ready. Make sure you have your paper ready. Make sure everything, your camera's ready. So that way you can take your pictures, get it uploaded, and get it submitted. Now, a suggestion. I did a first run of the video, so there's my first thing I'd done. I'm going to do this again for you guys. Now, remember how we do our work now. It's the work problems have to be in order. So you have to do problem number one, then problem number two, and so on and so forth, right? But the issue is that whoops. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. the The issue is that what if you get to three and then you realize, oh no, number two was wrong. Now they're not in order anymore, and scratch outs aren't okay. So what I would highly suggest, I've seen students do this in the past. It actually works really, really well. Unless you're 100% sure, right, that you got this. Problem number one on its own page. Then you have another page with problem number two. Then you have another page. So literally do every problem on its own piece of paper. Now, if you're sure you got it and you don't need to do anything, that's fine. Then be like, okay, there's three and four. Fine. But what would happen is that if you realize you're like, oh no, I got number two wrong. Well, what you're doing is you're not having to worry about this. You're literally just going to go over here, grab another sheet of paper. Whoops. Hopefully it's the same size as your other sheets because this one definitely isn't. And now this is our problem number two. And so therefore, now you didn't have to worry, but you could literally just crumple up this piece of paper or throw it away or just put it to the side and then just grab another sheet, do your correct problem, and now you don't have any issues with space and order and anything, writing vertically, like you don't have to cram. It's relatively simple. Okay, so that would be my recommendation for doing your work. Yes, there's going to be a few more pages to upload, but it's safety, right? And again, I highly recommend. Some of the problems you're just going to be like, I know, I got this, or it's one line, so if I did make a mistake, I can erase it. It's a derivative, right? Something like that. That's fine. Do your work in pencil so you can erase. But yeah, because there's about 20 problems on the test, so 20 pieces of paper might be a bit extreme. But you do what's right for you. Okay, so you're going to take your test. You are through Monitor EDU. You are going to have 30 minutes within completion of your test to upload your pictures. Okay, if for any reason, if something goes wrong and you can't get them uploaded into More, get your pictures, just send them to me in an email so they're documented. You've got them. You've got them. Documented that here's my pictures. I'm still getting them in a PDF file, something of that nature, but at least I've got proof that they were done. Those were the pictures within 30 minutes of completing the test. Okay. And then here you'll see some review materials. These are my old review materials that I used to give before I created this midterm review. Now that we have the midterm review, I would say just use this. Okay. Now, what is the midterm review? It is a practice test generator, okay, that is similar to the midterm. It's similar in length, similar in concepts. So when you see on here that there's 4 word problems and 5 of these and 4 of those, it's going to be very similar to the test. Maybe there's 3, maybe there's 4, but it's going to be really close in length, really close in concept. So it really helps you prepare, right? So this is very similar to the test number 1, except this isn't your test. This is just a practice. Okay, so you're going to go in here and say, "Ooh, I got these problems to do. Let's see if I can do these." Now, I already clicked in, so that's why my timer was running. When you're done, you hit submit and end. Now I can go into review questions, and I can see the answers for all of them for studying purposes. You'll also notice it keeps all of your attempts. So you can review your work in the gradebook. I can't because I am not a real student, but you can, and so you can actually go back and look at previous versions of your attempts. So you can look at test number 1, what were the questions? Test number 2, what were the questions? Now I'm going to go retake, and you'll see I get a brand new 2-hour timer. I get new questions to answer and work on. Not just new generations, we get new questions most of the time, and some some same question, different numbers, some of that kind of stuff too. All right, so do this. I mean, just do this until you can't get until you can't get anything wrong, right? If you do that, you're going to be so ready for the midterm. You'll also notice I tried to put little captions about where things are located. So this would be for the whole block of questions. So this, until I see the next one, this is my next block going down. So this 2.6, 2.7, 2.9 covers question 1, question 2, question 3. Question 4 is 2.6, 2.7, 2.9 as well. Here's just 2.9, right? So on and so forth. Okay, so please let me know. I hope this is helpful. I hope you like this for a review, and I hope you find that it helps mirror or mimic or gets you in the right space for taking the test. 2-hour time limit. If you can get through this midterm review in 2 hours, you're ready. You're ready for the test. Okay. Well, rephrase. If you can get through it over and over and over again, you're ready for the test. Don't do it just once. Do it like 1,000 times. Okay. Or at least 999 of them. Then you'll see down here, this is where you'll actually see the midterm for Monitor EDU with the links to get to the testing, and then the work upload. The work upload will be very, very similar. Let's make sure I got the right one because the test number 1 had an old style. I grabbed the wrong one. You guys don't get the answer keys. Here we go. Midterm work upload. Let's make sure this looks right. Yeah, so you'll see this looks just like the notes where you click in, you choose your file, and you just, upload your file. Okay? Of course, if there's any questions, please ask. That's what I'm here for. And just make sure you are really spending a great deal of time getting ready for this test. Because it is, again, it's 30% of your grade. We want to lock that 30% in. All right. Good luck. We'll talk to you later in the week.